Hello, my good friends. This is your friend, Johnny Watkins Sr. I am the CEO of True Solutions LLC, which is an insurance brokerage that is located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm excited to be before you today. And I just want to take out maybe about 15 to 20 minutes of your time to talk about something that I believe is important, some very important information for those that attend church and for those that are in leadership positions in the church, such as trustees and finance team members. All right. And so this information that I think will be able to relieve a lot of stress, not only for the members that attend church, but also for those that are in leadership position, such as the trustees and the finance team in the church itself. All right. And so this is something that is not something that's new, but it may be new information to you and the body of people. But I have found out that many churches have been doing this for years to help relieve stress. And so I want to bring this to you. And if it's something that you haven't heard before, then I'm very happy about that. And if you are doing that, then great. Then I would just suggest to you, if you're not doing that, please pass it on to other people in church leadership so they would know. So what I want to talk about is those that are not insurable, whether that's health insurance or life insurance. And how can we help those that are not in uninsurable for whatever reason? And here's some of the things that are cause you to be uninsurable as we talk about life insurance. All right, it could be your health. All right, if you're type 1 diabetes, you have some heart issues, cancer, heart attacks, stuff like that can cause one to be uninsurable. I'm not saying that you totally, are uninsurable, but it can cause you to be uninsurable. Also, recent surgeries. If you had a surgery within 5 years, had some type of transplant, had some serious type of surgery, that can also deem you uninsurable. Too much medication. All right, meaning let's just say, for instance, you're diabetic, right, and you're type 2, and you're taking 3 or 4 different medications, but your levels are still high, your A1C is still high, that can deem you uninsurable. All right, and so and then plus age. All right, whatever the age is, if you're over 65 and over, I'm not saying that you can't be insured because of that age, but now you times that with whatever your health is, it could cause you to be considered uninsurable. All right. Once you get over age 50, life insurance can get a little bit more expensive if you have some other things that's going with that's counted against you as a higher risk just besides your age. All right. So what happens is when you have an uninsurable person in the body of the church, right? That causes stress on that person because they understand, hey, I'm not covered. Something happens to me, seriously happens to me, or whether I have an accident or something, or if I pass away, I'm not going to be able to leave my family anything to give me a proper funeral, burial, take care of whatever expenses are out there, or to elevate their lifestyle. Now, when something like that happens and they're uninsured, and it happens because life happens, life doesn't wait on anybody, things happen, then oftentimes if the family can't help out, then the family usually comes to the church, which they should, right? Or the community comes to the church. That's what the church, one of the reasons the church is there, right? But that also now puts stress and strain on the church itself, right? Because I do understand that, many churches have line items where they have benevolent line item, for those that pass away, or they have the missionary line item, ministry, or have a line item for that. Or they may have some other type of line item for that. But in my experience, because I did grow up in the church, love the church, right? Still love the church, all right? And I had the pleasure of being on a trustee committee, and I also had the pleasure of being a member of the finance committee. So I understand, how, you budget every year for, money to go certain places, But oftentimes we don't put a lot of money into those particular boxes, depending on your size of your church and what type of money that you're taking out. All right. So it can put some stress on the leadership when they're trying, because they want to help their members out, and they want to help their families out, and they want to help their community out. But where's that money going to come from? Right. And so if they don't have that money, now you're going to have to take away from the operation funds. You're going to take away from the building fund. You're going to take away from something that may just hurt the church in the long run. Or the worst thing could be that you can go back to the family and say, we can't help. But here's a way that I have found out that there are many of churches have been doing this for years that have been able to help their body of people and elevate and help grow their church. And this is a way of helping the uninsured. Now, how are we going to help the uninsured is the insurable ones, the ones that can get insurance, right, are going to be able to put themselves in a position so to be able to help not only the uninsurable ones, but to help the church grow and take care of these expenses. And how do we go about doing this? And it's going to talk about life insurance. We always should have life insurance, right? And you should have it on your job if they offer it through the job. But you also should have your own individual life insurance, because that job is not guaranteed. But I'm not going to talk about that. And when you retire, that life insurance that you paid very cheap for in a group life insurance is going to be very expensive when you're out there on your own. All right. So we should all have some type of life insurance. If you're insurable, which means you're in good health, right, and you're not over age, 70, 85 years old, then you should be able to get some type of life insurance, which there are many insurance companies will allow you to bestow a certain percentage of your death benefit to a charitable entity. That meaning to the church. So, and if you bestow any money to the church, the insurance company will match it up to 2 to 3%. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say an individual has a $200,000 death insurance, right? Meaning when they pass away, whoever they have listed as their beneficiary is going to get $200,000 tax-free, right? If that individual bestows and says, I'm going to give 10% of my death benefit to the church, that means the church, when he or she passes away, the church is going to get $20,000, right? So the insurance company is going to cut a check tax-free, $20,000 on behalf of that individual to the church. The church also is going to get another check for $6,000 because 3%, we're going to say match it up to 3%. 3% of $200,000 is $6,000. So now the church is going to get an additional check of $6,000. That's a total of $26,000 that's going to go to the church. Now the church has this money, right, to be able to help those that are not insurable, or those that have some type of tragedy event. Their house burned down. They lost everything. This thing happens often. Or they had a terrible accident. They totaled their car. They don't have insurance on their car, right? Something either that happens. These events happen often. And now the church has this money to be able to help that individual. It relieves the stress of the individual, the family of the individual, and it also relieves the stress of the church. Right? So now you can take that money and you can put it in the missionary line item box, or the benevolent, or wherever you want to put it at, right? And now you got the money here, so it's no stress now on the body of people. It's no stress on the leadership itself. Now you can also take this money and help the church grow. You have your building fund or whatsoever. This money can help elevate the church to grow. Now, again, the person is but bestowing money to the church to help not only the body of people, but to help the church. So now you have a fund that can grow, right? If the church take it and do, and if it needs some, renovation or whatsoever, you got a pot of money there that you can use, and that the individual has dedicated some of that money to the actual church for the body of people and the growth of the church. So this is something that can help relieve stress. All right? Because there's individuals out there that are sitting there and they get desperate when they're not insurable, and now they're getting older, or they got their medication, they need medication, they're diabetic and they need the insulin, and the insulin is too much and they can't afford it. Where do they go? They get desperate and they start doing desperate things. Or they don't want to go to the church because of their pride, or they don't think the church can afford or whatsoever, because the church doesn't have a line item for that. Here's an opportunity to put everybody at and have your church at a stress-free level as far as that particular area, as far as your health and covering people. All right. So what we don't want is people to get stressed out and start doing stressful things and going and falling victim to scams, or these companies out there that are saying that they, no matter what your health and no matter what your age, they're going to, provide some type of life insurance for a low cost up under $10. Please, if you have pause on, when you see this on the TV, if you can pause your live TV, pause it. I'll record it and then pause it and read the fine print, because it's going to tell you that it's going to say $10 and up or $9 and up. And I'm not calling out any particular insurance company, but it's going to say and up, which means more than likely it's going to be more than what that price that they're showing you on the TV. And then plus, they're not going to, the fine print is going to show you that it's going to say you can't make a claim for 2 to 5 years. So meaning you're going to pay this premium, this expensive premium. It's probably going to be expensive, but let's just say if it's not that expensive, you're still going to pay this premium for a while before you can even put a claim in. And if something happens within that time frame, then they're not going to give you the death benefit, and they're just going to give your premium back, if they even give that back. We don't want our people falling victims to that, especially our elderly, because they do take advantage of our elderly on these type of coverages. Okay, so I just want to share that information. This is a way for the insurable to be able to help the uninsurable, because once you have it like that, then that means everybody is insured. May not be technically everybody's insured, but according to the church, you know that you got everybody covered. And now you can all grow together and be stress-free. If you want more information about this, please give me a call at 704-661-5795. That's 704-661-5795. I'd love to sit and talk with you and give you more information about this. Also, you can email me at jwatkins@truesolutionsllc.com. That's TRU. No E, SOLUTIONSLLC.com. All right. Or you can go to the website, www.truesolutionsllc.com, and you can get more information there, and you can put in for a consultation for free. All right. So I hope this has been very helpful information. Again, a lot of churches are growing like this here and taking care of their body of people. And I just want to share that information. So if you got a trustee, if you are a trustee, or or you are on the finance committee and you want to have a Zoom meeting and talk about this, and talk about what insurance companies have this type of coverage, please, I'm available for that. Or if you already have some type of life insurance, go to your company and ask them, do they match charitable donations? All right, do they match? And if they do, then there's your opportunity right there. You don't have to give 10%. You can give 1%. 1% of $200,000 is $2,000, right? The insurance company is going to match that $2,000. So now there's $4,000 going on behalf of you and your family to the church, right? Okay, so hope that was very helpful for you. And until the next time, please be safe. Let's take care of one another. And take care of yourself.